Hey, how are you? It's Jody here from The 7 Effect, and I'm just about to head home for the evening, but I thought I would come on and share with you a little bit more about building your Facebook page. So obviously we're here with the Jody Neverd Facebook page because we can't run ads through 7 Effect page at the moment. So I've done a bit of a social experiment and thought, okay, how do we go from zero, no page, to building a following on a Facebook page, document it and share it with you here along the way. So if you are watching, by all means say hi and let me know that you're watching, and I can answer any questions that you might have. But in this video, I want to do a quick share with you about content mapping. So one of the things that you're going to need to do to build your Facebook page is share content, and spontaneous content like this. Oh, hello, we've got Angelo here. How are you? Lovely to see you. Thanks for dropping by. So one of the things that you can do is share random content like I'm doing here, and it's not really random. There's an intention behind what I'm about to share with you. There's a lesson about content mapping. But the other thing that you can do is get specific and map out your content by planning ahead. And one of the things that I taught today in our Lifestyle Business Builder, we do once a month these things that I call craft classes. So in the craft class, it's a 2-hour workshop, and we go deep into a specific skill or a particular topic that will help you master your craft of coaching, consulting, or being the expert in your space. So we did a craft class today on content planning or content creation. And if you want to build your Facebook page, sharing content is key, because you've got to have stuff for people to get around, for people to engage with, like I'm doing here now. And so one of the things we talked about is content mapping, and I wanted to share with you just a page. Let me just go to the right screen. Boom, here I am. So this is a page out of a workbook that we went through, and this is a nice little table that you might like to draw up for yourself and map out your content. So there's a couple of things we need to consider first. In your brand, firstly, what are your brand pillars? So if I move my head up out the way here, you'll see these pillars along the bottom. They represent the things that you like to talk about in your brand. So if we use me, for example, my brand pillars are, let me get myself a pencil, adventure. And really that's about travel and, living a life where I get to explore new countries and have all these great adventures. So I love travel, and I like to share posts and information about places that I've traveled to. A big part of my business is designed to allow me to travel all over the world, learn from amazing people, and attend cool events and things like that. Another one of my brand pillars is vitality. Excuse my spelling. So for me, that's around healthy living, whole foods, and just living a life full of vitality and energy and stuff that is alive. Obviously, I'm a business owner or a lifestyle entrepreneur. So one of my brand pillars is around entrepreneurship. I can't spell the word. You'll have to forgive me for that. I deliberately write messy so that you can't see how bad my spelling is. So one of the things I like to talk about is business, building a business, lifestyle businesses in particular, how to build a business where you can get paid great money, do what you love for a living. Another one of my brand pillars is creativity. I love the arts. I'm a pottery artist by trade. I've dabbled with painting, but I'm really crap at it. And I love all sorts of innovation and creativity. I love reading about Walt Disney's Imagineering. I love blue ocean strategies. So that's a thing that I could share content around in my brand pillars. And there's a fifth one which escapes me right now, and I'm sure here it is. It's high value humans. Oh, I've just lost my iPad there. Let me share that again with you. I pressed too hard. Hang on a minute. The joys of going live. Oops. Just bear with me, folks, and I'll bring up my screen sharing again. So this should just pop up with a number. Look at that. We're back. And I go back in here. We go back to the right page. And hopefully we are back on track. Yeah. So in case you're wondering, I'm actually using an app called Notability on my iPad, and then I'm sharing it through to another app or a software program called Ecamm. So that's how I can do videos like this live, which is pretty cool. It's fun, but every now and then weird things happen and you have to sort it out on the spot, which can be mildly awkward. But anyway, thanks for being here. So my fifth pillar is high value humans. What I mean by that is, it's kind of my term for leadership. You know, it's people who add value, who create energy, who do really great stuff. They're high value. They're really, I don't know, just cool people to be around, cool people who inspire you. I call them high value humans. Speaking of which, I've got a live masterclass tomorrow called The Rise of the High Value Humans, or How to Be a High Value Human. And it's on midday Adelaide. It's a free 90-minute masterclass, Adelaide time, midday tomorrow. If you want to in on that, I'll post the link below and you can register. I'd love you to join me. Awesome content in that, by the way. So back to what we're talking about here. I've got my 5 brand pillars, right? So you want to come up with 5 brand pillars for your brand. What is the stuff that you like to talk about in your business, no matter what they are? Hot tip, you want to have one of your brand pillars be slightly quirky. You know, you don't want to just, if you're in leadership, for example, you wouldn't have just leadership, performance development, workplace culture, policies and procedures, and process improvement. Like, it's too bleh. You want to have something that's a little bit more maybe like a hobby or something that you do behind the scenes that's fun to talk about. Mix it up a little bit. So I've got my adventure, I've got my business, I've got my health, and I've got the people I admire, who I call high value humans. Now you might be wondering, well, what are these weird little icons to the side, and why on earth is there a seal on the page? Well, I'm about to explain that for you. So these are your topics. They're topic prompters. So this content mapping plan has got 3 topic prompters and 5 brand pillars. 3 times 5 gives you 15. Do this twice, you've got 30 ideas when you use this map, which basically gives you a month of content. And so here's how it works for me. When you're sharing your content, you want to come up with a combination of stuff that you can teach. So this is your tips and tricks. You know, all the stuff that you can teach. You also want to build trust. Oops, wrong thing there. I want this one to go pink. Make that nice and pink there. You want to build trust, and this is by connecting and what we call behind the scenes, BTS. So it's kind of like the you in your everyday life. Hey, this is me behind the scenes doing my thing. This is to build trust, connection, get people to know you as a human being, because we all are. And then the funny little seal, let's make him grey. The seal, I was looking for a results-based icon and I couldn't find one that matched. But basically think of him as the seal of approval, to say, here's the results or the proof of the things that I do works. So how does this all to come together? Well, basically we've now got a mud mapping type template that we can use, and you can say, all right, I want to come up with 15 pieces of content. Well, I like to talk about travel and adventure. So what's something that I could teach, or a tip about how to book holidays? So you could say, all right, one of the things that I love to do in my business is design a business so I get to travel overseas as part of a tax deduction. Now, I'm not an accountant, so do speak to your accountant before this. This is just me giving an example here. But I like to look at professional development conferences or events. So I might give a tip on overseas conferences that are great to travel in places that are also awesome to explore for fun and adventure. So I might actually teach people something about that. Or I could do a tip on how to pack if you want to travel light, because I'm an advocate of traveling, not that I'm a great light traveler. So you get the idea there. The top one is all about tips. The next one is behind the scenes connection. This might be a selfie of me and my partner Jace checking in or getting on the plane as we head off to Miami. So this is just a bit of behind the scenes. Could be a selfie, could be a video, lining up, excited, boarding passes in hand. It could be, we do a lot of four-wheel driving in the sand dunes and camping. So just a bit of fun stuff there around travel and adventure. And then proof or results. This is really about demonstrating that this stuff can give you some value or be a benefit to your life. So I could actually talk about here retreats and why they're great. I could even, because I host a retreat, get a client testimonial or case study in there. And so basically, I go through all of these different content maps, and this will give me a whole bunch of really great and varied different topics that I can talk about. So if you've got a Facebook page and you're thinking, God, I've got to share a piece of content every day and I have no idea what to write, here's a really nice, simple strategy that you can do. Work out what your 5 brand pillars are. They can be anything. Hot tip, make one sort of personal just to you. Think about what's something I could teach on that, what's something that's behind the scenes fun to share, and what's some proof or evidence. Now with your posts, they can be short. So it could be as simple as a photo and just a sentence. It could be long post, sort of like a blog style, or it could be a video. So you can do any of those types of things, and I would recommend that you mix it up. Now the other thing to know is you could take just one topic. So I did this with my business builders, and one of our business builders talked about the fact that her and her husband have a co-worker at home who's an imaginary person they call Karen, and when they leave cups out or things get done, they just blame it all on Karen. And I thought that was hilarious. So one of Ali's content pillars is life hacks. And she said, so if I was to do a post about Karen, our imaginary co-worker who we blame everything on, where would she fit? And so we go, okay, in a life hack, you could do all sorts of things about Karen, and you could actually build her up as a character over time where your followers and fans start to look out for what Karen's doing next. So let's say you find a dirty mug on the table that your husband's left behind. You take a quick photo of it behind the scenes and just do a little post over it saying, whoops, looks like Karen's left a coffee mug there again. You could do a top tip around how to pass the blame. Now I'm having a little bit of fun here on your co-workers and get away with not having to work so hard. You could do proof of results, the value in having someone else on the team that you can always rely on to pick up, to pass the buck to. So you can just have fun with this kind of stuff. And if you enjoy getting creative, you've got your brand pillars in place. The ideas that you can generate are literally endless. Just remember, teach a tip or a trick, share, connect, build trust, get people to love you for who you are authentically behind the scenes. And the cute little seal is representative of the seal of approval, the stamp that says this stuff works. So along here, you just want to have all your case studies, your client testimonials, and all the evidence of proof to let people know that the stuff that you teach or the stuff that you share genuinely gets results. hot tip, if you're starting out in business and you go, well, hang on a minute, Jody, I wouldn't have anything to put in the proof or the case studies because I don't have any clients yet. There are 3 types of evidence that you can draw on. So number 1 is your own. Now, the truth is, you probably shouldn't be teaching anything that you can't get the results in your own life and you haven't got the results already. So your own experiences are proof type number 1. You would have, hopefully, your clients. If you're just starting out, we encourage our clients to get some guinea pigs on board. So you might have guinea pig case studies that can go in your seal of approval. And then the third one is out there, out in the world. And that is evidence that's maybe from famous people or people that you've learned from, scientific research, work of other experts in your industry. So there's lots of ways that you can draw on proof and evidence, even if you're starting out in business. All right, well, that's it from me. I've had a massive day of coaching and teaching, and I thought it's been a while since I've given people an update here on the Jody Nevin Facebook page. So I wanted to jump in and do that. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that it helps inspire you to have fun in creating content, in building your Facebook page, and sharing all the cool things you have to share with the world. If you have any questions, feel free to post them below, and I'll see you very soon. And remember, if you're around tomorrow, which is May the 7th, join me for the High Value Human Masterclass. Midday Adelaide time. It's going to be amazing. All right, I'm signing off now. Let me go back up to my scenes. Where are they? Oh, look. I can go here to say goodbye, and then I can end with something a little bit fancy. Let's hope it works.